A senior UN official has warned that threats of military action against Iran, like those made by US President Donald Trump, increased volatility in the protest on country. US-based rights group says death toll from the violent crackdown on protesters has surpassed 2,600. Until Wednesday, the United States was threatening military action against Iran should it carry out the death penalty against people arrested over the protests, and Washington's envoy to the UN renewed the threats on Thursday, saying all options were still on the table.
Colleagues, let me be clear. President Trump is a man of action, not endless talk like we see at the United Nations. He has made it clear all options are on the table to stop the slaughter. And no one should know that better than the leadership of the Iranian regime.
Iran's representative at the meeting, Gholam Hossein Darzi, accused Washington of exploitation of peaceful protests for geopolitical purposes.
Iran seeks neither escalation nor confrontation. However, any act of aggression, direct or indirect, will be met with a decisive, proportionate, and lawful response under Article 51 of the Charter. This is not a threat. It is a statement of legal reality. Responsibility for all consequences will rest solely with those who initiate such unlawful acts.
Iranian journalist and political dissident Masih Alinejad broke down in tears at the meeting as she read out the names of people she said were killed during protests in Iran.
Iranian people are asking the world to help through actions, not back-to-back meetings and empty condemnation. We don't need empty words. People of Iran are asking the Islamic Republic are telling you the Islamic Republic no longer can be reformed.
The nationwide shutdown of the internet by authorities in Iran has now lasted a full week. Activists fear it is aimed at masking the true scale of a crackdown on protests. Iranians arriving in Turkey through a land border said the protests have largely subsided, adding that US should not intervene.
There is chaos in Iran. There is war in Iran. It has stopped now, but it is unclear what will happen. US President Donald Trump said he would intervene in Iran, but he can't. Also, we don't have internet. We are not informed. We cannot learn what is happening inside.
He, Trump, cannot do anything. When we are united in Muslim countries, they cannot do anything. There is nothing going on anyway. There was turmoil for a few days, but everything has ended.
And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Take a look.
The White House says all options are on the table as the United States puts Iran's deadly protests front and center here at the United Nations Security Council, calling out what it says is a brutal crackdown and urging international pressure against Tehran. Washington requested this emergency meeting, arguing Iran's leaders are trying to silence dissent through mass arrests, violence, and sweeping restrictions on basic freedoms. But not everyone in the room agreed. Russia's envoy slammed this session as being a quote-unquote cheap circus, accusing what he called hostile forces of exploiting Iran's unrest to score geopolitical points. Two Iranian descendants, including Masih Alinejad, who has survived multiple Iranian-linked assassination plots here in the United States, warned the Council of escalating repression and the human cost of the uprising. Meanwhile, the U.S. just slapped new sanctions on senior Iranian security officials and shadow banking networks it says financed the violent crackdown, freezing their U.S. assets and cutting them off from dealings with Americans as a way to pressure Tehran and to support what Washington called the courageous people of Iran. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.